Unit 6 mock exemplar, question number 8. Alright? So question number 8 says, what is the quotient of the expression which is given here, where this term is being divided by this term? Alright? So essentially, let's go ahead and let's write this out, okay, so that we can see what we need to look at. So again, just like what I normally tell you, this right here is the denominator and what you could call a common denominator. So this negative 12x to the 8th is being divided by this term, negative 1 over 3x to the 3rd. Alright? The positive 9x to the 5th is being divided by negative 1 over 3x to the 3rd. The negative 6x squared is being divided by negative 1 over 3x to the 3rd. The positive 3x is being divided by negative 1 over 3x to the 3rd. And the negative 15 is also being divided by negative 1 over 3x to the 3rd. Alright? So let's go ahead, let's divide this, guys. Alright? So this time, we're dividing by a fraction. Alright? So that's a little different for us. We've never done that before. But don't get too confused. I'm going to make it easy for you. Alright? When you divide by a fraction, it's like multiplying the numerator by the denominator. Alright? So again, when dividing by a fraction, it's like multiplying my numerator by my fraction's denominator. So this denominator of a 3 is going to multiply by my numerator, negative 12. Alright? So we know a negative divided by a negative always gives me a positive. And when you divide by a fraction, you multiply this denominator by my numerator of a 12. 3 multiplied by 12 is positive 36, because a negative and a divided by a negative gives me a positive. Alright? So the rest you already know. So we have x to the 8th, we have x to the 3rd power. 8 take away 3 leaves me with 5. Alright? And this is simplified. Okay? So just by looking at this already, I can already see which one will be the answer. Alright? Because this is the only term that has a positive 36x to the 5th power. This would be the answer. So again, guys, this one would be the answer. And I can prove it to you guys, because again, when you divide this term, a positive divided by a negative is a negative. When you are dividing by a fraction, you're multiplying the denominator by this numerator. And 3 times 9 is 27. X to the 5th divided by x to the 3rd, 5 take away 3 leaves me with 2. Alright? And then we'll do the same thing here. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. Alright? When you're dividing by a fraction, you multiply the denominator by this numerator. 3 multiplied by 6 is 18. Alright? Here we have an x squared, we have an x to the 3rd. But here we have more x's at the bottom than at the top. So all of these x's will go away, so we can cancel at least 2 of them. And if I take away 2 from here, I'm left with how many? I'm left with 1. So I'm left with an x at the bottom. Alright? So I'm going to do the rest a little bit more speedily. 3 negative times a positive is a negative. 3 divided by 1 over 3. Multiply this by the numerator. We get 9. We have 1 x up here. We have 3 down here. So I can get rid of at least 1. And I'm left with 2 at the bottom. Alright? Negative by negative is a positive. Alright? When you divide by a fraction, you multiply the denominator by the numerator. 3 times 15 is 45. We have no x's up here. We have 3 x's down here. So we only have 3 x's down there. Alright? So again, guys, exactly like I stated before. So just like that.